Hey everybody, Tim here with tonight's episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 5, Episode 23, I Borg. Like, what do you even say about this episode? It is such a good episode. So, this is the first appearance of the Borg known as Hugh, or third of 5, which that alone, I have so many notes, I don't even know where to start. So every time we've seen the Borg in The Next Generation, they've changed just a little bit, kind of because you can tell when writers come up with brand new characters and species, they don't fully have it mapped out. So going from the first time we ever saw them to the second time, we got resistance is futile, we got assimilation, we got all sorts of stuff. Now, going from that time to this time, we now have Hugh as he is known as third of 5, which is the numbers. So, because we know the Borg are kind of a hive mind, but they do have like little segregation groups. So we'll see more of this like when we get to Voyager, obviously, and 7 of 9. So we have it's not 3 of 5, so clearly they didn't fully have it planned out, but we have third of 5. So like I said, this is the first time we've seen Hugh. And this is the first time we've encountered the Borg since Best of Both Worlds. So there's a lot going on with Picard in this episode. It's like he and Troy have some great scenes where she's talking about victims of being assaulted and stuff. It's like this whole episode is so good. So the Enterprise finds out that a Borg cube has crashed and there's one survivor. And it's third of 5. They bring him on board, but they basically like cut off all of his communication. So instead of being in that hive mind, he is now a single Borg. Kind of hence the title I Borg, which as a kid, I didn't get that was an Asimov reference, like I, Robot. Looking back on it, it's pretty obvious. So now we have the single Borg where Picard wants to give him a virus to basically give to the other Borg and infect all of them, basically shutting them down, which is a little prolific. I won't get into spoilers, but that comes up again in other series. But then we have Beverly, who views Hippocratic Oath, all of that, she views him as an individual. And then somewhere in the middle we have Geordi, who's like, yeah, let's do this. And then as Geordi starts talking to him and getting to know him, he realizes that this Borg does have a personality. He is a sentient being, and he doesn't necessarily want to do what the Borg keep telling him to do. Like, this is huge. This is groundbreaking stuff for the Borg. This is all stuff that we'll go through deeper, especially in a Voyager. And so what really makes this episode great is Whoopi Goldberg. I've said it once. I've said it every episode she's been in. I love Whoopi Goldberg. I want a movie of Guinan. And she brings her A game in this episode where you finally see Guinan in a light where she actually has regret. Because Guinan's kind of that all-knowing, like, she's the counselor of the ship. With all due respect to Deanna, Guinan is the counselor. And we finally, like, Guinan's like, kill it. Get it off the ship. Kill it. It annihilated my species. We're spread throughout the galaxy. Again, stuff we'll see again later. She's like, just kill it. And finally, she goes and she talks to him. And she realizes that she was wrong. And that not every Borg is the same like the way we thought they were. And it's some great episodes, like especially the fencing scene with her and Picard, where she acts like she's wounded, and then she goes in for the kill on Picard, and she says, oh, look at that. You tried to help me, and I stabbed you in the back. So some really interesting stuff going on. From there, we go to Picard. She finally talks Picard into going and talking to Hugh, which that's the scene that everybody wanted to see, is Picard walks in and is like, I am Locutus of Borg. We're going to kill Geordi. We're going to assimilate these people. We're going to do everything you've been programmed to do. And Hugh's like, do we have to? Like, I don't think we have to. And that's the light bulb for Picard, where he realizes that even though he has been assimilated, he has been a member of the Borg, maybe it wasn't exactly what he thought. Maybe there is a way to save them. This episode deals with all sorts of levels of depth, and it is such a good episode. It is such a well done, well acted, well written episode that I can't even get over it. Gotta go through my notes. So I mean, that's basically, I boiled everything down, and they end up agreeing to leave Hugh's humanity intact and let him try to let the other Borg experience that individuality, which we'll come back to in what is it, the season 6, season 7, season finale two-parter. So it's really interesting. I love how the Next Generation just keeps evolving the Borg every time we see them. So for those who have seen this one, what do you guys think about Guinan? What do you guys think about Locutus? What do you guys think about how the Borg has changed every single time we've seen them? Go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for everything. I can't get enough of you guys. You guys are all so amazing, and I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. I will see you guys next time for the next phase.